One morning in November of 1997, a police captain named Jeffrey Lewis, along with his partner, parked their squad car near the Manatee River in Bradenton, Florida. This man, who had called the police, waved them down, and he was pointing at something in the sand. There, sitting on the sand, was a severed human hand. And within an hour, police officers were scouring the Manatee River looking for the body that belonged to this hand. Meanwhile, the captain bagged this hand and brought it to the county sheriff's crime lab, and so he just kind of waited for information from the crime lab about the fingerprints. June of 1998, Captain Lewis suddenly got a call from the crime lab about the hand. The hand belonged to a man named Willie Suttle. As soon as he hung up, Captain Lewis began researching Willie Suttle. Willie had never been reported missing. Willie had instead been reported dead. He found Willie's death certificate, and this document said Willie had died of natural causes 5 months prior to his hand washing up on shore. The next day, Captain Lewis, along with a few other police officers, went to the cemetery where Willie had been buried, and they exhumed his casket. And when they opened it up, there was Willie missing his left hand. But that wasn't all. At the bottom of Willie's casket were all of his internal organs. Later that afternoon, the county medical examiner would perform an autopsy on Willie's body, and when he saw what was inside of Willie, he just froze. The next day, Captain Lewis sat inside of an interview room in the police station across from a 45-year-old woman named Paula Green Albrecht. Paula owned and operated a funeral home along with the help of her son, and she had been the one responsible for Willie Suttle's burial. And she would tell him that Willie had actually died in poverty, without any family members to help cover his burial expenses. She said she had agreed to do the burial anyways, for no cost, as sort of a community service. 2 days after this interview, police arrested both Paula and her son. And at Paula's trial, the truth finally came out. It would turn out Paula's funeral home business was really struggling. And so Paula decided she would conduct a prosperity ritual, which started with Paula's son carefully cutting off Willie's left hand, cut Willie's midsection open, removed all his internal organs, and then Paula got out all these voodoo dolls, and she wrote on pieces of paper the names of the other funeral homes, her competitors, and she pinned these pieces of paper to each of these voodoo dolls, and then she jammed them inside of Willie's abdomen. And then she also took the hand that her son had removed and chucked it into the Manatee River. Paula believed this voodoo ritual would literally cause the owners of the other funeral homes to be struck down and killed, putting their businesses out of business, thereby leading to her business prospering once again. Paula's son ultimately served 1 year in prison. As for Paula, her conviction was actually quickly overturned due to a technicality. It was discovered that during an interview with Paula, that police detectives told her that she could not be convicted if this ritual was part of a religious practice, that she was protected under the US Constitution. And so Paula, who confessed to doing this ritual, did so by saying it was part of her religion. She practiced voodoo. And so in court, that confession was ruled inadmissible. And so she walked free.